former President Rodrigo Duterte's lead legal counsel, Nicholas Kaufman. He had quite a long visit with his client as they prepare for the case before the International Criminal Court. Kaufman also revealed that while Duterte's interim release is being considered, it is not a priority for now.
Okay, let's get the details of this story from Mon Gualvez. He is joining us live from the Netherlands. Hi, Mon. What's the latest update from over there?
Hi, ladies. Good morning from The Hague, Netherlands. Former President Rodrigo Duterte's camp aims to get his International Criminal Court case cancelled before the confirmation of charges in September. But prior to this, the prosecution said they are already prepared to counter the former president.
Can we ask a few questions?
Former President Rodrigo Duterte's lead counsel, Nicholas Kaufman, visited the International Criminal Court Detention Center for at least an hour yesterday. He says his client is in high spirits and is very thankful for the hordes of people who gathered especially on his 80th birthday. But Kaufman admits Digong is still adjusting to life in prison.
He's an 80-year-old man and he has all the conditions and medical issues that accompany a man who's 80 years old. So adjusting to any new form of life is always difficult, especially if it's prison life.
Right now, Kaufman said they are in the final steps of forming Digong's legal team. The camp of former President Rodrigo Duterte admits no one can abridge those who would want to speak out against his cases at the ICC. But they say Digong himself requests the public to still respect the judicial process. Now the Duterte camp is busy preparing the arguments they will submit to the court.
I believe that there is a strong argument for the lack of ability to exercise jurisdiction given the Philippines' withdrawal from the Rome Statute. I hope that the judges will accept my submission. They might decide, obviously, that they don't want to hear it at the earlier stages. They might want to combine it with the confirmation hearing itself. I hope that will not happen, but once again, it's not my position now to presume anything.
Meanwhile, while they're also considering interim release for Duterte, Kaufman says it's not a priority for now.
Interim release is a right, and it can only be tempered by three factors. The first of which is the risk of flight, the second of which is the risk of interference of witnesses or with the evidence, and the third of which is the risk of continuing crimes. None of those factors exist in the present situation, so there is a right for Mr. Duterte to be released.
But while the Duterte camp is yet to decide on a petition for interim release, prosecution says they have already prepared to block it.
Nakita naman ng pretrial chamber na kahit wala na sa kapangyarihan, si Mr. Duterte ay maimpluwensya pa rin po siya. Mayroon pa rin pong kapangyarihan ng kanyang pamilya.
They also fear for victims and witnesses' lives if Digong goes back to the Philippines.
Lalong-lalo na po ngayon na mukhang nagiging mainit po ang online ecosphere, pati po ang physical ecosphere po. O kaya kailangan po ng iba yung security para po sa mga victims ng war on drugs. At syempre, hindi natin alam kung anong magiging resulta nito sa mga yung mga talagang Davao Death Squad members at yung mga vigilante style members.
Prosecution also countered arguments ICC has no jurisdiction on the crimes of former President Duterte. They also insist Duterte's case, crimes against humanity, can actually be treated as an international crime. That's why the trial has to be done at The Hague.
Inopen po yan sometime ng February 2018. Nung partido pa po ang Pilipinas sa Rome Statute. Kaya hindi po isang hadlang po ang pag-alis ng Pilipinas dahil na-open po yung preliminary examination. Kung tingnan nga yung application for arrest warrant, napapaloob nga dun sa November 1, 2011 hanggang March 16, 2019.
The Duterte camp, meanwhile, says it's ready to answer all these in court.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte's common law wife, Hanilet Avancenia, already arrived here early in the Scheveningen prison in The Hague, while notably, her daughter, Veronica Kitty Duterte, isn't with her. Avancenia almost visited the place for an hour, and then after which she gave a message of gratitude to the Duterte supporters around. Plus, she asked for prayers for his partner that he will be urgently freed and returned back to the Philippines. Back to you, ladies.
All right. May we know how long the consultation was with the legal counsel and Mr. Duterte? Mga ilang oras ba yun?
every day, laging 1 hour lamang yung allowed sa mga visitors dito sa detention center. It may be for the lawyers or for the family members. At saka kung mapapansin natin, ngayon lang ulit nagkaroon ng visitor from the family members of the former president. It's because, sabi din ng kanang abogado, hindi kasi napapayagan agad-agad ng court itong pagpapapasok no, ng mga bisita. Although they have the whole list of the allowed na mga family members and lawyers, pero yun nga, mas pinaprioritize nila sometimes or most of the time are the lawyers no para mas mabigyan ng chance in terms of consultation sa mga legal processes na gagawin nila.
Okay.
Ses.
And do we know if the former president has seen the pieces of evidence turned over by the prosecution to the defense?
Not yet, wala pa. Hindi pa nila binabanggit sa atin no, kung meron na ba ito at saka even the prosecution didn't confirm yet kung meron na ba silang naipasa. They still have more days until April 4. Kailangan sila makapag-submit no, ng mga at least yung pinaka-statement ay yung pinaka-laman ng kanila information rather. And then after which, kailangan magbigay naman ng observation yung defense dito that they will be given until April 11 to submit dito sa ICC para nga magpatuloy na itong pre-trial chamber before the confirmation of charges in September.
At saka, Mon, hindi pa nila pinapangalanan no, yung mga ibang miyembro ng legal team?
Hindi pa. Actually, when we asked kung kompleto na ba yung legal team, Attorney Kaufman refused to answer it and he just said that we are in final touches. When we asked if that final touches means na ito ba ay we are still waiting for one more or two more or sino kaya ito, he did not mention anything about it. No? So medyo blanco pa tayo in terms kung kumpleto na nga ba, pero yung final touches, hindi niya kinlarify if this is somehow about the numbers and kung saan galing at kung sino-sino yung mga lawyers. Maybe we will find out siguro kapag nag-start na yung confirmation of charges by September.
Mon, makikichika lang, no? Mukhang tahimik where you're standing right now. Nandiyan pa ba yung mga supporters? Nakabalik na ba sila dahil weekday na ulit? And do you still see the Vice President, no, Sara Duterte, nakikita-kita pa ba siya around the premises there? Or busy siya sa ibang bagay ngayon?
First, with regard to the supporters, meron pa rin. No, bagamat this is few compared to the weekends at the same time yung last week na talagang maraming tao, especially during the birthday of the former president. Ngayon mas kakaunti pero you can't believe na talaga may mga dumadayo dito galing pa sa Dubai, merong galing Canada na talagang naglaan ng oras para makabisita dito kahit sa labas lang daw nitong detention center. So may mangilan-ngilan pero hindi na ganoon karami. Pero patuloy na may mga dumarating na mga overseas Filipinos who would want to take a look no, dito sa detention center. Plus, gusto na nila makita sana si Vice President Sara Duterte and other members of the family. Pero si VP Sara, the last time na nakita natin siya dito sa paligid, especially dito sa may prison or sa detention center, was last Friday pa. No, nung birthday pa ni Digong or ni former President Duterte. And we have no information right now kung nasaan siya, probably because of the security at the same time. Pero meron tayong information na yung araw kasi na to, dapat ito ay para kay VP Sara. Pero binigay niya for Hanilet and Kitty yung slot.
So the family
Sean.
visits, Mon, are they one by one? So bawal magsabay, for example, Kitty and Hanilet or Kitty and Sara, pa isa-isa lang ba yung pwedeng pumasok?
Dala-dalawa.
Dala-dalawa.
Dala-dalawa ang pwede. Oo. So, kanina, actually, hindi na nagsabay si Hanilet and yung lawyer, no? So, parang may kasabay na lawyer na isa si Hanilet and then another lawyer naman yung kasama ni Kaufman, Attorney Kaufman. So, dala-dalawa lang. Bawal yung marami at the same time. Ngayon nga, medyo marami-rami na rin yun. Kung tutuusin, no? Parang 4 yung nakapasok technically ngayong araw na to. Dito kay President Duterte. Although, i-confirm natin kung talaga bang nakapasok yung isang abogado na binabanggit ko at yung isang abogado or baka naman si Hanilet lamang at saka si Attorney Kaufman kasi nga dala-dalawa lang talaga ang allowed. Yung kasi nakita natin kanina, pumasok sila sabay, so we just have no information or confirmation rather kung nakapasok ba directly sa loob ng detention center or kung saan namamalagi ngayon si former president. Pero one thing's for sure, only 2 per day are allowed.
And Mon, balikan ko lang si Attorney Kaufman. Ang confirmation of charges won't happen until September. That's 5 months from now. So you have Attorney Kaufman busy contesting two things, no? The legality of the arrest and the jurisdiction of the ICC. But sabi niya, confident siya na madidismiss ang charges. Ano ba yung sinasite nila na pwedeng maging precedent na case? I mean, where is this confidence coming from and how compelling is that argument? May nasabi na ba dyan yung mga lawyers naman ng mga biktima?
Ayun nga, no, Pauline, ang sinasabi ni Attorney Kaufman, they are confident that this argument is very compelling, itong jurisdictional argument dahil they believe that hindi na nga daw, kumbaga yung, how do you call that?
Hindi na
Yung
pasok.
pinaka...
Oo.
hindi kasi nga we withdrawn, no? The Philippines withdrawn from the Rome Statute kaya hindi na daw ito sakop, no, ng jurisdiction para nga i-assert yung pag-aresto kay former President Duterte. So doon sa aspect na yon, yung technicality na yon ang gustong ibato or ilaban ni Attorney Kaufman dito sa International Criminal Court, which he said nagagamit daw talaga in the past. No, this is a valid na klase ng argument na ginagamit nila dyan sa ICC as an example. So ito yung isa sa kanyang babanggitin, bagamat hindi na siya nagbigay pa ng other specifics about it, no? Kasi nga, when we ask yung pinaka-sinasabi naman ng other camp, the prosecution, especially yung sinasabi nila na nangyari nga yung crimes during the time that the Philippines is still part of ICC. Attorney Kaufman refused to answer that because yun na nga daw yung gusto niyang i-discuss during the court hearing, no? So ayaw na niya mag-divulge ng mga strategies, legal strategies, dahil di naman doon niya obligasyon i-explain daw yan sa public, no? He will just do it daw sa court proceeding. Pauline.
And Mon, in Qatar, no, there were Filipinos arrested for staging a demonstration. May balita na ba kung tutulungan ba daw ng Duterte camp ang mga Pilipino na naaresto doon?
There's no specific word from the Duterte camp if they will help these Duterte supporters who na-aresto, who are arrested dyan sa Qatar. Pero as we can remember, last week or last weekend, nabanggit ni former presidential spokesperson Harry Roque that he's appealing to the Qatari authorities for consideration dahil nga nagpakita lang naman daw na pagsuporta itong mga supporters na ito kay former president at sana maunawaan naman daw nila at mapalaya na rin kaagad yung mga naaresto.
Pero just to close the loop on this, Mon, no, ang sinabi rin naman ni Attorney Kaufman very clearly, at the end of the day, lahat ito ay nakasalalay sa mga judges ng ICC na sila talaga yung makakapag-decide ng lahat. Correct?
Yes, kaya nga ayaw din niya mag-presume kasi when we ask kung ano yung timeline, no, kung kailan, ang tanong natin talaga, kailan sila mag-file ng motion for interim release ni Pangulong Duterte. He did not mention. Ayaw niya magbigay ng specific on that. And then pangalawa, yung timeline na naman para malaman natin kung mapagbibigyan ba, kung sakasakali, yung pagpalaya nga kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Hindi rin daw niya masasagot yan ngayon. Kasi nga, only the judges can give a decision to that. Pero ang sinasabi niya, there's always a possibility. Pwedeng mag-grant yung kanyang motion in terms of the jurisdictional argument or pwede rin daw ito i-combine doon sa confirmation of charges in September. Medyo matagal-tagal pa yan. Kasi nga, ang tinatanong natin, ba't tayo paulit-ulit na nagtatanong sa kanya ng timeline? Dahil nga, in the previous cases that he handled, no? So, sinasabi niya, this is highly kind of case kapag dumadaan daw sa ICC at different daw palagi ang iba't ibang kasong dinidiscuss or kumbaga dinidinig rather dito sa International Criminal Court. Sean.
Okay, maraming salamat sa iyo, Mon Gualvez. Still reporting to us live from The Hague in the Netherlands.